So let's try out fixing some mistakes with coordinating and subordinating conjunctions. Here's our paragraph. Although I like to go camping, I haven't been able to go lately. When we do have a free weekend, my favorite thing to do is to go swimming. I feel like a seal zooming through the sea. My brother likes to fish while I'm swimming. He caught a giant salmon and we ate it for dinner one night. Would you like to go camping? Or would you rather stay at home? So, let's start at the beginning. Although I like to go camping, I haven't been able to go lately. I want you to listen to this sentence or read it out loud to yourself and see where you'd pause. Although I like to go camping, I haven't been able to go lately. You'll notice right here where that pause is, I actually need a comma. And the reason is because although is one of those fancy subordinating conjunctions. And because it's at the beginning, I need to have a comma later to link my sentences together. Let's keep going. When we do have a free weekend, my favorite thing to do is go swimming. I feel like a seal zooming through the sea. Run on. Run on means too many sentences plunked together without the right punctuation or the right conjunctions. So let's figure out where I'd pause. When we do have a free weekend, oh, I have a pause there. Ooh, when, I notice, is one of those fancy conjunctions. So I think I'm going to put a comma here. When we do have a free weekend, comma, my favorite thing to do is go swimming. That sounds like the end of a sentence to me. I feel like a seal zooming through the sea. Hey, now that makes its own sentence. So I have a complex sentence first, and then another complex, because I've used those fancy conjunctions to join two sentences together. Now, I just have a simple sentence. So notice I'm getting some long ones. Now I have a short one. It helps to mix it up, to do some of both. Let's check out the next sentence. My brother likes to fish while I am swimming. What kind of a conjunction is while? Is it and, but, or? Or is it one of the subordinating fancy conjunctions? It's one of the fancy ones, and because it's in the middle, no comma. Some of you, I notice when you write, if you put because in the middle of a sentence, you want to put a comma right before it. Don't do that. If because goes at the beginning of your sentence, you're going to need a comma later. But if because is in the middle, no comma right before it. It's one of those fancy conjunctions. Listen to the sentence now. My brother likes to fish while I am swimming. Yep. He caught a giant salmon and we ate it for dinner one night. So let's look at this sentence a little. He caught a giant salmon. Could that be a sentence by itself? Yes, it's a simple sentence. What about this part? We ate it for dinner one night. Yep, simple sentence. So let's go back now. If and links them together, can and work by itself? No, remember it needs a comma with it. So we need a comma in there. He caught a giant salmon, comma, and we ate it for dinner one night. So now I have, check out my sentences. My sentence variety is awesome. I have complex sentence, another complex sentence, simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence. What am I going to do next? Would you like to go camping? Or would you rather stay at home? Well, if I'm giving two choices there, I can combine that into one sentence. So I think I'm going to take out the comma, or the question mark, sorry. But this word or, what do I need with it? And, but, or always needs a comma if you're linking two sentences together. If I have a sentence like, I'll write one in here so you can see it. Let's start a new one right here. John likes fish or tacos. Do I need a comma in front of this or? No, because after the or, tacos isn't a full sentence. If you have a full sentence after or, then you definitely need a comma after fish. And we talked about that last week. So if you're still a little confused on that, you could go back and watch the videos from last week, and hopefully that'll help you figure it out. And if not, come and talk to me and we'll work it out. Want to do some matching? Let's try and see if a sentence is compound or complex. I'm scared of lions, but sharks are even scarier. And I think I am afraid of sharks. I ended up swimming by one once and I didn't realize it when I was in Hawaii. I'm glad I didn't know at the time. I didn't find out till I got back on the boat. So for a complex sentence, it's going to use one of the fancy conjunctions. A compound sentence is going to have comma and but or to link it together. Check this one out. It's got a comma and a but. It's compound. Our artwork was done, but there was still so much to do before the show. Comma and but again. Another compound. After we were packed, we headed to the airport. Now this has a comma. Do you see any and, but, or ors after the comma? No. So it must have a fancy conjunction. But which word is that? So I look for my sentences, remember. We were packed. There's a sentence. We headed to the airport. There's a sentence. The word that's left is after. That's your subordinating conjunction. That's why we have this comma later. Remember, if we start with one, we have a comma later. A brown bat may live in a barn, comma, or it may prefer a cave. And, but, or is in this one, so it goes over to compound. My dad went to the store and he bought me a candy bar. Another and, but, or. I must have made a lot of compound sentences. Let's try this one. Jessica feeds the cats while the Smith family is out of town. Jessica feeds the cats. There's a sentence. The Smith family is out of town. There's a sentence. What word joins them together? While. Complex sentence. Dawn was tired because she stayed up all night. Dawn should go to bed a little earlier, I think. This one has because in it, so it's a complex. It uses a fancy conjunction. Notice, no comma. Although I like cucumbers, I don't like pickles. And I don't like pickles, so don't bring me any. This time, I do have a comma. No and, but, or though. I fancy conjunctions at the beginning. So this is a complex sentence too. If you have questions, like always, please come see me. Otherwise, get to work on your grammar and turn in the last page of your packet when you're ready. Thanks.